As I was saying, sorry if I sound like Matthew McConaughey. I swear I don't have my McConaugheyism. All right. But, last time I've been up here, I've been struggling with seizures. And, God gives us bad situations, trials and tribulations, but He always lifts us up to handle, He's always with us. Make sure we get through our comfort zone. I have a few verses that tie in my testimony. It's under 2 Timothy 4:7. I fought the good fight. I finished the race. I kept the faith. Even though depression is still with me, I will always have faith. Recently, ever since my last testimony, I've been doing good. I have my ups and my downs, but who doesn't? I've been going through some things I've been trying to get over with my fourth and fifth step. I am in recovery for Alcoholics Anonymous, and I do have many other addictions too, such as drug addiction, depression, anxiety, bipolar, and amongst all of those other isms. But it was last July. I don't know what was going on with me, but I felt something like I haven't felt before. Just like I know through my drug addiction, I've been depressed a lot. And today I can actually say that by God's grace, Alcoholics Anonymous, and where I go through, I have been clean and sober since November 7th, 2014. All right. But even though I'm down and falling down, God always has my back. He always picks me up when I'm falling. Through the hard times, through the good times. I've been going through some changes, and I've been going through some growth. The good thing about me going through growth, I've grown a lot stronger than I used to have been. Back in July, I was feeling so depressed. I don't know what was coming over me. I was some anger within myself, some depression, and I didn't know what was going on with me. So before I knew it, I chose to get help. Even though I was still sober, I had to go get some help to deal with my depression. Even though it was hard for me, 'cause I was by my wit's end. This is like by far the worst depression I ever felt in my whole entire life. But I got through it. I spent the week in the hospital over there in the behavioral health unit. I prayed every time I was in there. I had to get right with myself. I had a lot of friends and family come up and see me, especially my good sobriety friends also. And my wife was there for me too, even though she hated to see me struggle. She's always there for me. And I believe last week I did celebrate my 2-year anniversary with her, being married. And guess what? I'm still alive. By the grace of God. All right. That's where I don't have McConaugheyism. But the second verse I was going to go through is it goes under Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. That's also true because God works through me in mysterious ways. He goes through you guys to work to me so I can get the message from everybody, especially through all the sermons that Ron gives us every Sunday. And I hope you have your coffee today, especially through that song. But anxiety is real and depression is real. I think every one of us has gone through depression one way or another. Proverbs 12:25. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. I read that verse so many times last night. I prayed so many times last night. I don't know. I don't like to get up early on Sundays, but especially on my days off. But I've been up since 5:30 this morning. I think God's trying to tell me something. It's going to be a good day, blessed day. God is good all the time, right? And all the time, God is good. Me and my wife were involved in Alcoholics Anonymous. We work together as a team, Team Smith, always and forever. I know we all have our challenges in our relationships. You know, there are up times, good times, and bad times, but we always lift each other up, no matter what we've gone through. And today, I hope everybody gets a good message. I help you out with depression. If you have depression, if you're seeking anxiety, don't be afraid to seek God's help. Pray, 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 because God will lift you up. And at the time, I didn't feel like God was hearing my voice and my prayers. I wasn't really getting angry with God. I was getting angry with myself because I didn't know what was going on with me. I looked in all directions. I was even hitting meetings left and right, but I couldn't even find my balance. And one day at a meeting, I was talking to my sponsor. He's like, no matter what, you got to find your balance no matter where you go. And he is right. If it's in a AA program, church, or outside church, or anywhere you go, there's balance. Kind of funny I mentioned balance because I watched the Karate Kid the other day. I always heard Mr. Miyagi's voice. I actually kind of wish that Mr. Miyagi was my sponsor. Sounds like one of the spiritual gurus in a fortune cookie. But I am actually glad to be here today. And, if you haven't heard about Celebrate Recovery, if you want to do your testimony here or in there, don't be afraid because we want to hear that God's working through you and to others. That's all I have. Thank you, CrossRoads.